Hey guys, this is 681 Shadow, and welcome to another video on Genshin Impact. So today I am going to be showcasing Ganyu, who I originally wasn't really planning on summoning for her until I was actually able to use her in the test run. And because I was close to Softpedia, I was like, might as well try, and I ended up pulling Ganyu. So I am definitely pretty happy about that, and I definitely really like using her as a character. So the main thing, two main things I want just say really quickly here. One, I've been on a little hiatus from content because I've recently got a new computer. There's been some issues with the new computer. I've been working through them, so I apologize for the lack of content. But we are hopefully going to be going on a more steady rhythm going into next week. And secondly, for Ganyu, she's very versatile. That's like the main. If there's anything in the showcase that you should keep in mind, is that this character right here can be ran in so many different ways that you're not really like locked into a specific like build that you need to run for her. And I'll explain that as I go through more of like her info here. So attack wise, I have it at 1700. Elemental Mastery's a little low, but that's okay. It's fine. I can get that up through other means eventually if I get better artifacts. Then crit rate is 26.4%, which isn't terrible, which isn't as bad as it looks, which I'll show in my artifacts. Crit damage could be higher. It's at 102.9% right now, and my energy recharge is like the main stat I wanted to go for, 174.4%, because I'm building her as like a burst spam support type of character to help out my like more DPS characters, like my Kaching, for example. And then we have 61.6% cryo damage bonus as a baseline, which is nice. So then for weapons, I think a lot of bows can work very well for her, depending on what you want to run for her. Since I'm running her as like a burst spam, I want that energy recharge substat, so I did go with the Favonius Warbow. I also don't have any 5-star bows, so that's also a thing. I've also tested her with Stringless. I do prefer the energy recharge, though, over the extra Elemental Mastery. Plus, Stringless is just better on... I like it a lot better on my official, and I only have one, so... just gonna keep it like that as is for right now. But if you're like in terms of other bows, like Ammo's bow is gonna work really well. Honestly, any bow, depending on how you're building her, could work very well. Depending on like its passive and stuff. Obviously there's bows that won't work that well because they have terrible passives, like this one for example. Increases damage against weak spots by 48%. That's it's not that good of a passive because you're not going to see it that often. It's not going to give you much help, but this gives more energy particles, for example, for the Favonius set. Stringless gives extra elemental skill and burst damage. So, yeah, honestly, she is very versatile. She can use a lot of different bows, and I think that's one of her main strengths as a character for this game. Then next up we go to artifacts. So for artifacts, what's really cool about her is that she is not really tied to like one or two sets you could run on her once you get that versatility. So you could run I'm running the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, which is why my crit rate being kind of low isn't that bad, because she gets 20% extra crit rate if the opponent is affected by cryo, which is going to be all the time. And then if I freeze them, then that's additional 20%. So her crit rate being low is not the worst thing in the world as a baseline, because I can get another 20, maybe even 40% depending on the situation at hand. And I am going to be building Mona as well, which I did pull Mona, as you see up here. And I think running them two together could be really good, because I can have the Hydro effect out on the field as well as the Cryo effect. I put Mona's Phantom with Ganyu's Flower, and that's going to be able to have that freeze, and then I'll be able to have better crit rate for Ganyu here, which will be definitely really nice. But outside of Blizzard Strayer, you can run anything from you can run the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, you could run 4-piece Wanderer's Troop for a DPS build. You can run 4-piece Noblesse. You can even run 4-piece Hydro set as well, which may sound really weird, but if you look at what the Hydro set does, the 4-piece set bonus after using your elemental skill, you get 30% damage bonus on your normal and charge attacks for 15 seconds. And yeah, especially even at C0 and C1 for Ganyu, that's going to be really good, because you're going to be able to get as like a DPS main, like if you're running DPS Ganyu with like Ammo's bow, for example, you'll be able to get a lot more damage out of it, which will be crazy. Like I'm sure if you guys have looked into Ganyu at least a little bit, you've seen some DPS Ganyu mains with some crazy damage numbers. But yeah, to look over yeah, to look at my artifacts here, we have this flower, which give me a solid amount of crit damage, attack, a decent amount of crit rate. It didn't roll in the flat attack at all, which is amazing. It's actually amazing. If that was like energy recharge, this would have actually been like a perfect artifact, but that's fine. I'm not really too worried about that. It's still a really good artifact. Then the plume here gave me some elemental mastery, some recharge, a good amount of crit damage, and a really good amount of attack. So definitely really happy about that. Crit damage could have been nice, but it is what it is. Still having the higher attack, yeah, having the high attack stat is definitely going to be helpful regardless. Then for my timepiece, I decided to run with the attack percent. I could see maybe a different substat being here, but attack percent just feels like it works for Ganyu. I could have ran maybe like I could have tried to get like an energy recharge one, but it is what it is. If rolled into fly attack more than I would have liked it to, but we got energy recharge, we got HP, which is whatever, and then we didn't roll in the crit rate at all, which would have been nice if I was able to roll into that, or if this had just crit damage on it as well. Then for the goblet, I'm not gonna lie, rolled terribly, and I want another cryo damage bonus goblet that actually has like solid substats, because it's rolled into HP almost every time. We got a crit rate roll, which was nice, but like that's literally it. Every other time was HP. So I'll hopefully replace this at some point, but for right now, it's what we got because it's giving me that extra cryo damage bonus, which I definitely am not going to say no to. And then lastly, I'm running a 4-star circlet piece, but it's solid. It's attack percent. It gives me some crit rate, energy recharge, some elemental mastery, and that has flat attacks. Like, it's not a terrible piece, and I just decided to run it because while I do have this one is not the best. It has double HP there. Plus, I would also probably like to get a crit damage piece for this. So, trying to work on that for right now. But those are the artifacts for my Ganyu. Then constellation-wise, I have her at C0, so this showcase is good for anyone who just pulls her in general, which is really nice. And then in terms of talents, I have her ult at level 8 because I am doing that like ult spam build. So it's definitely good to have that level 8. This is at level 7, and then this at level 6. I probably will level these up more though, because I have plenty. As you can see, I have a good amount of the Shadow of the Warrior, and I make sure to do my weekly bosses every week, so I will get more. And I'm not summoning for Zhao, so I'll be able to put resources into Ganyu, which I'm definitely going to be really excited for. But yeah, that is my Ganyu build. And now, you know, as every Genshin Impact Showcase channel does, we're gonna fight the fire boss. And I'm gonna show you all what I can do with my Ganyu. So we are gonna run up to the fire boss. I'm gonna do this. Alright, there we go. We drop Ganyu's ult. And with that, we could just use Kaching here. Because we're going to get Superconduct, so we're going to get damage from that, as well as we're going to get damage from Ganyu's ult just going off. And just like that, that's a one phase. It's basically a one phase for the Pyro boss. So yeah, that is Ganyu. She yeah, with the build I'm running her in, and even without that, I could still get good damage on my charge attacks. So it's not even like even if I want to like put her out to do like some charge attacks, I definitely could. It's not as much DPS as my Kaching, for example, but like it is still something. Like for example, let me just go find a spot of Hilichurls that I normally test on whenever I'm testing like damage stuff, just to show you guys what her aim shots look like for the time being. Where are they? They're over here. Yeah. So if I aim over here, you'll be able to see. Yeah, it hits for about the Frostflake bloom typically hits for about like 7 to 8k depending. It's usually like 7k when I don't have her ult up, but but it's around like 8 or 9k when the ult is up, which is definitely really nice. And as you guys saw, just from that from fighting those few Hilichurls, I got my ult back. So now I can use that in whatever next fight I have, which that really shows how the energy recharge is crazy, and I think it's super important for this type of build. But yeah, that is going to be my Ganyu showcase, so let me know in the comments down below what you think of Ganyu, what you think of the build. I may try to test other things in the future. If I get like a DPS bow, like a 5-star bow, like Amos or something like that, then maybe I'll try that out. But with that, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all next time.